And Beck was arguing with her like, no, it's brown. She went, it's not. It's black. She went, let's get something that's black and compare it to it. She went, see, it's black. And Beck was like, no, it's clearly brown. Why are you arguing?
There's like no reasoning behind it. I mean, they say don't negotiate with terrorists, don't they? They're the biggest terrorists in the world. Hi, I'm Matt. I'm a 30-something with a 4-year-old stepdaughter and a newborn baby.
And I'm Daniel. I'm a 30-something, and I've had kids for a while, ranging from toddlers to teens.
Well, hello guys. Welcome to an episode of Ramblings of Dad Men. I'm a very tired Matthew. How are you, Daniel?
Not as tired?
Oh, what a day we've had today. What a day. I'm going to try and lighten up the mood beforehand, and let's play a game of let's see if this joke makes the makes the cut.
And if at this point it just skips into content, you know it's been a shit joke or it's something we can't air.
Right, so how do you know if your wife is hungry or horny?
Give her a barm cake?
It depends where she puts the cucumber. It's a terrible joke, but you know you're going to tell somebody.
That's 100% staying.
Yeah.
I heard something similar the other day on, I think, one of the social media things. There was a guy who just sat there and went, my penis has been in the Guinness World Book of Records. And then the librarian told me to take it out.
Brilliant. Reminds me of that old Peter Kay joke. How he walked into the butcher's and he said to the butcher, how are you doing? He goes, oh, I'm pissed off. I had to sack my workmate. He goes, why? He kept putting his dick in the bacon slicer. He goes, oh, fucking hell, what did you do with the bacon slicer? He goes, I sacked her and all. Oh, yeah. Interestingly, my darling fiancée-to-be, Rebecca, was right again. She had a friend round to just for a couple of drinks round on Thursday. They shared a bottle of wine. And they used a corkscrew and couldn't get the cork out of the corkscrew. Basically, I was just like, oh, fuck's sake, I'll be able to do it. I've twisted the corkscrew out, which is great. The problem is it's detached the whole thing, so the whole metal joist has come out of the actual corkscrew. So that's something else I'm going to have to buy as well. Anyway, never mind. I'm deflecting because I'm tired. So how's your... Well, I mean, a couple of weeks been really, because after we had a special last week.
We did.
Obviously, you
very
went
fucking
away,
fun.
some personal reflection time over the weekend, so we didn't record as usual. How's your week been? How's little Daniel?
Little Daniel? Yeah. I don't think I've ever been called Little Daniel, ever. Like, even when I was born, I'm like...
I was talking about little Daniel.
Oh, you mean the penis?
Yeah.
Right. Oh, yeah. I mean, if we're going there, he's fine. He's okay. And that's moving on. Okay. Fuck tons have actually happened because I was looking at it. Yeah, I was looking at it earlier on, and we've had Valentine's because we didn't talk about that. There's been about 5 birthdays. George has had more friends over, so like she's this social butterfly now. Obviously, we've been to yours and tried breaking you, which was fun. And yeah, we had that the night over in the lakes, which, to be fair, that was actually yes. Like,
really?
Oh yeah. Literally, we turned up, but we were just in awe. It must have took us about an hour to get over the view. It was yes. Like literally, it was just like a postcard. Like if you go and buy a postcard from the Lake District and it's just a picture of a mountain feeding into a lake or some shit. That's the view we had from our room, and the rooms were fucking ass as well. So, it was just nice. Obviously, I think we've discussed this previously. We don't do that a lot. It's very rare that me and Beck go away and leave the kids and now the dog. So, yeah, it was just nice to have some adult time. So that was fun. So, what have you been up to for the last 14 days?
Oh, well. We had half term, so that was nice. We got to see, because Becky's off at the minute, and it just meant that we got to see more of Flossie. I say off. I shouldn't say that. That was so nonchalant. She's on maternity leave. It's not like she's doing fuck all. She's raising a baby before I get pardoned in for that one. Yeah. So we actually were meant to do quite a few things over half term. I had some time booked off as well. Without getting into it, Flossie became quite poorly, so that was not the case, and she was reduced to a bed for 4 days, unfortunately. So, and this is one of the things that I wanted to talk about on the podcast today, and this is going to be the theme, I guess. And it's kids obviously don't understand the value of money, do they? And that they don't quite know how things expensive are. And basically, one of the themes I want to talk about is how you keep your kid entertained. If you've got them for a week or even just over the weekend, there's only so many times Flossie can draw a picture or, go to the park and something. So it's just about keeping your kid entertained and what kind of things you have to do outside of the box. Because we've had a few. On Friday night just gone over the weekend, we were stare crazy and just wanted to do something, and it was 7 o'clock at night, and we just ended up going for a late night walk to the Trafford Centre. because there's nothing else open. I suggested Cheshire Oaks, but Becky was like, no, it's called fuck off. So I got outvoted.
I mean, to be fair, Cheshire Oaks is very outside anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
So I sort of, I'm with Becky. Sorry. Yeah. I vote indoors. Although shopping is very low on my voting radar anyway. I hate the thing.
Honestly,
no.
We went in 2 shops. Like, we literally just went to the Trafford Centre to walk.
I shop for a purpose, and that's it. Like, if I need something, I go to the shop to buy it. I will turn up, I'll buy what I need, and I'll fuck off home. I don't like that walking around, picking 14 things up, trying everything on, going, I don't like any of that shit, putting it on that stupid fucking secret rail in the back. And then just like going into the next shop and doing exactly the same thing and spending fucking 6 hours doing that. Why?
Oh, God, we weren't that bad. We literally went to get Robin a swimming costume because we're going on holiday in a few weeks' time. So we got her a swimming costume, and then we went to the food hall in Selfridges to get some cheesecakes. That's literally all we did. We did walk around the Trafford Centre about 4 times, though. Like, not into the shop, just from John Lewis to where the Debenhams is.
I can safely say I've never done more than 1 loop. And you know that the hidden bit, the separate bit on the side where you go over the secret tunnel.
Oh, where the Lego land bit is, or the new Primark, yeah.
Yeah, so the new Primark there. Well, I've only ever been that way to the Lego land thing.
Right.
And that was probably 8 years ago. Since then, I've never been over that side. And we went there, I think, just before Christmas. It popped me inbound. Fuck it, can't remember when. It was middle of last year at some point. But we went there and we went over the secret tunnel, which was S. And it was surprising the amount of real estate that they've got there. There was just nobody there. Shops were empty, short. Maybe it was because of the time of day we went, but it felt like a ghost shop. There was nothing and nobody there. So George had just had free roam to just go and fuck about in this massive shopping complex, just running around this big fountain with mermaids who's got the tits out.
Is that after the Primark had opened as well?
Oh yeah.
Wow. That's what all Manchester people run to. I remember that being open and they were like, oh yeah, Primark, fucking brilliant, all right.
Just for clarity, that was Matt's version of a Manc accent.
Yeah, sorry. Did I mention I'm tired? Oh no, that'd be parents-in-law.
Okay, so are you asking for guidance on what to do with the kids for half term?
Well,
because I'm pretty sure half term's finished now, so it's a bit pointless.
It has, but there's 2 days in every weekend where you have to entertain our children. I would love to take Flossie to Alton Towers or Gulliver's World or something, something that she really enjoys every single week. But, unfortunately, I am not.
Yeah, that shit's expensive.
Yeah. So how what do you kind of do? How do you balance the fun things in terms of, with Flossie, we try to make everything into a game. So it could just be a walk, but we try and turn it into something fun, such as, we went to a park the other day. In fact, we went to a woods yesterday. And, Becky and Florence had a stick fight, which sounds redundant, but that's what kids like. They like hitting each other with sticks. But yeah, so what kind of things do you do to make things fun to keep Georgia entertained?
Usual stuff. So she's got a fuck ton of toys, playing with them, playing, you've heard me saying that, playing snakes and ladders with her. I mean, Georgia's that little bit older than Flossie, so we've got a Nintendo Wii that Georgia likes playing on. Before you know it, you burn an hour, 2 hours doing that. But the mundane stuff, like I've got to walk the dog a lot. And you've heard me mentioning it week in, week out about me taking the dog for a walk down the canal. That's something that we all actually enjoy. And Georgia actually enjoys that because we'll let her take a bike or we'll let her take a scooter. So she enjoys just like fucking up and down on a scooter while we're walking the dog. So we turn the boring shit into something she enjoys, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Baking is a good one. Burns a couple of hours. I feel bad saying like it burns, like I'm not doing it to burn time. I mean, you've seen me and Georgia have got into the habit of making reels and shit. So there's a lot of that. And you could very easily spend 4, 5, 6 hours rehearsing a dance for her to just kick the shit out of a lamp. Thanks, Georgia.
I don't think it's bad saying to burn time though, because I think that's necessarily what you're doing. In terms of like a 4-year-old, a 5-year-old, or in Georgia's case a little bit older, they have all this energy. And today I've been drained, we've been tired, we've been up for most of the night. But you do have to try and work up until bedtime. But does that sound bad for sometimes? Like
Nah.
you have like, oh, we've got an hour left or something, and I got my second wind earlier on, and I was me and Flossie. I was teaching Flossie the moves to cha-cha slide and then YMCA today in the dining room.
I mean, you know what? Some of the other things that I have done with Georgia, just like watching a film with her. Beck went out last week, and me and Georgia was home. We just sat and watched a film together, and there's ways of getting kids away from screens. Other stuff that I've done with Georgia is giving her a piece of paper that's rolled up and told her to draw a treasure map, and then let's go on a hunt around the house.
Oh, wow.
Dumb shit. It's like shit like that. They get into it. Just get it. It's whatever the kids like. I mean, some kids won't like that. Some kids just want to be outside, playing in dirt and stuff. And when it's summer and it's warmer, great. Here's a spade. Go and dig a hole. I remember my granddad actually saying that to me once. I actually noticed the other way around. I said, "Can I have one of your spades to go and dig a hole?" He went, "Yeah."
Wow.
So I did. The other side of his fence, I thought I'd hit treasure. I was like, "Oh, great, Grandad, come look at this. Look, I've hit something." He went, "No, cover that shit up now. You've hit the water pipe."
Dear.
I was never allowed to dig again.
I remember when I was younger, digging for worms. Like, did you ever have to get there? I mean, maybe this is me just being sad, but like washing up liquid in some cold water and put it on the grass and getting the worms to come up. Nope. Is that something you ever did?
Nope, never did that. But I did find out a couple of years ago that apparently something that my dad used to do, which was equally as disgusting, was he used to find frogs and then poke them with sticks to have frog races.
Wow, really?
Him and his friends used to do that, apparently.
Oh, scary. I mean, I got nothing to say to that.
No, so maybe, I don't know if you live near a pond. I don't know if Flossie's into frogs. Maybe she wants to go and get some frogs and some sticks.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
You know what? I don't think there's a universal answer to that question. I think that's probably more play to your kids' strengths. Like,
I guess it's about your temperament as well as like, I don't want to victimize or I don't want to badmouth anyone, but you see like those mothers that just look like they want to disown the children and stuff like that, and they're so sick of. And to be fair, you don't know what their kids have been like, right? some kids would be a nightmare.
I think some days everyone can relate to that.
Yeah, but as a parent, at what point do you bite the lip, or do you like walk out the door for 2 minutes? That's my go-to. Is where I just go to the kitchen and do some washing up for a minute or something. Do you know what? Do you know?
Yeah,
Like,
I don't think getting into an argument with a 4-year-old of that's blue. No, it's not. Well, yeah, it is. I know the spectrum. Well, it's not blue. It's purple. Yeah. Like, fuck off. I'm older than you. I'm big. You're small. I'm dumb. No, wait. You're dumb. Wait. Shit. We've had something similar today with Georgia where that exact conversation's happened.
Oh, really?
There was a top that was clearly brown. She's like, it's not brown, it's black. I went, and Beck was arguing with her, like, no, it's brown. She went, it's not. It's black. She went, let's get something that's black and compare it to it. She went, see, it's black. And Beck was like, no, it's clearly brown. Why are you arguing?
There's like no reasoning behind it. I mean, they say don't negotiate with terrorists, don't they? They're the biggest terrorists in the world.
Did you just refer to every kid as a terrorist?
Am I wrong? Like, is there any reasoning behind children?
Put the chocolate down and I'll let the dog go.
And they'd be like, no, I want the chocolate and the dog. Like, that's what they'd be like. They'd be like, give me the chocolate, give me the dog. Or else I'm going to scream for the next 45 years.
Fine. Okay. Go to your room and do it.
Oh, we tried that today as well. That didn't go down very well.
Yeah, George has just not stopped talking, to be fair. Like, she's got questions for everything, but not like inquisitive questions. She knows the answers to everything. All of a sudden, she's just like turned into fucking Odin or some shit. And she just suddenly knows everything.
Floss is the same. I picked her up from school the other day and she was like, I'm pretty sure I'm the cleverest person in the world. Like,
yeah.
No sincerity about it. Just like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm cleverer than anybody I know. Like, okay. But, so go on then. Lighten the mood. How about a parenting high?
I came very unprepared for this one. I've not got any parenting highs all over, but what I have got, and I can bring to the table, is a funny comment from Georgia this morning.
Okay.
Which was, this could be parenting high and low, and probably the most offensive but nonchalant thing that she's ever said. Yeah, you know, we had this conversation a couple of weeks ago about how hairy I am. Great.
Right, okay.
And she went back there again. Thanks, Georgia. She went, you know what you remind me of? You're that hairy. I went, what? She went, the Gruffalo.
Oh, wow.
I had to bite my tongue to not say fuck you as my initial response. And I was like, all right, thanks. So you think I've got purple tongue and prickly back and all that? She went, your back is quite prickly.
Oh, bit of the Gruffalo on the back as well, isn't it? That, it goes through me, that spiky back. It does.
Fucking warts on his nose.
Oh.
Tickly toes or something. I don't know.
There's a place in there. Is it in Stoke where you can, like, they have a life-size Gruffalo? Like, it's a bit of a walk and you get to see him at the end. It's only like a statue thing, but all kids love it, don't they?
Yeah. So if anyone wants to know what I look like on my OnlyFans page, my premium OnlyFans page, just Google pictures of the Gruffalo.
Yeah. Imagine how disappointed someone would be if you started an OnlyFans page and it was just a Gruffalo. Just
me in a Gruffalo costume in different poses.
Yeah.
Fastening my shoelace, but exposing the Gruffalo angles. Leave that up to everyone's imagination. What about you? What's your highs and lows?
Well, the high has definitely been this week is Robin has found her voice. You know, she's almost at giggling stage. She's not quite there yet. She's almost trying to figure it out. And we were just playing some games, and I was like, she was on my legs, and I was lifting her up to my nose, and every time I got her like face near my face, she just started like not giggling, but just like cooing and just having a good time. And that was a really, really nice moment. Becky got it on camera, and it was just a really nice, like, I guess, like a bit of a bonding moment. She's now, she's 13 weeks tomorrow. She's looking us in the eye. She's almost being at that stage where she can't communicate with us yet. But I mean, obviously she's not going to communicate with us for a while. But she's starting to look at us and learning and moving her mouth ever so slightly.
I've just got this image of her just sat in your just out of nowhere. I say, Matthew, I'm rather parched. Can you go and get me some milk, please?
Yes, could I have the Chardonnay?
Yeah, I'll go for a 22 milk, please.
That's a good year. It's a good year.
Yeah. Left breast only. Don't give me that right tit shit. No.
So that. It was just a bit of a nice moment, you know. How about a low?
I tell you what, I could say was a lot. It's just like I just mentioned, then that constant just back chatting and back answering and just constantly thinking that they're right. Like, you're 6, just calm your tits.
Yeah, be a kid.
Yeah, so much to learn yet. I mean, I'm 30 something. Fuck you, Chris. I've still got loads to learn.
I 100% feel your pain today.
Why don't you give me by the sounds of it, your week of lows?
Oh, do you know what? Yesterday we had such a great day. Everything was fine, but today has just been, from the moment that we've woke up, just a bit of a battle. I'm going to revert back to episode 1, where I said that Florence could be, you know, if you've not heard it, maybe go listen to it. She is engaged in that mode 100% today. Full on knobhead. From waking up at God knows what time, but before 6 o'clock, we know that. Jumping on us in the beds, like saying it's time to get up. Becky had 2 hours sleep at this time. Robin didn't go to sleep till 3 o'clock in the morning. And I managed to get a little bit of sleep, but that's only because I generally woke. I went to bed at like 9 o'clock last night. So, like, I got some sleep, but throughout the night there wasn't much. And then we've had this conversation, whereas Flossie doesn't see me as an authority figure, and she likes to see her mum, but. And like for 2 hours, we tried to, like, Becky was trying to get some sleep. I tried to make her breakfast. I tried to make her a drink. I tried to distract her. We had to put her in the room for a naughty step for a little bit. Anyway, it got to about an ungodly hour, and I just thought, right, well, let's just get up and deal with this. And everything was just, I know better than you. I want this. I want that. I want a bagel. I want a bagel a minute ago. You've not buttered it right. You've not cut it in the right direction. You've not put it on the right plate. I want a drink. You haven't made me a drink. I'm not having any dinner. I only want this for dinner. And anyway, we had after that, Flossie and Becky and Robin went to go see Becky's grandma, and the idea was that she'll go see Nanny, and then I'll try and, you know, clean the house a little bit and clean my car, which it hasn't run for 4 months because I genuinely have not needed any reason to have my car. So the car is like in a car park around the corner from ours. Goes to open the door. Central locking wasn't working, which is fine. For 4 fucking months, I've left the window ever so slightly open. And I've not noticed, because I've not been to see it properly, I cannot tell you the amount of fucking mould that was growing through the car. Like, unbelievable amount of mould that was growing on all the car seats and everything. So I cleaned that up. Absolutely fantastic. Got that unstarted. Like, got a couple more things to do, but it's at like a stage where if I wanted to sell it, at least it's presentable. Becky comes home with the kids. She's like, I need some time. Go away. Take the kids out for a minute. So we're like, fine. Flossie, let's go to the park. Okay, let's go to the park. Before I go to the park, I want to draw a treasure map. Fantastic. Let's draw a map. Now, Flossie likes looking at maps. That's absolutely fine. We walked about 3 steps, then she stopped to look at a map. Bearing in mind that we're on the pavement now and there's people walking past us, she walked another 2 steps, started looking at the map. Another person walks past us, quite annoyed that we're holding up. Because I've got the pram as well. I've got the pram, so it's not like we're in the middle of somewhere. I'm literally hogging the whole of the road. I said, Flossie, walk in front of us, so let's play follow the leader. She stops again. At this point, I'm just nudging the pram. I'm like, come on, you need to. Come on. The walk to our car park, which is probably about 15 metres. I swear, with no hesitation, it took us 7 minutes to walk there. And I thought, we can't do this all the way to the park. The park's about a 10-minute walk, if that, but I thought, I can't do this all the way to the park. Okay, we'll go another way. So there's a back road that you can go, and it's through like a little woodlands. It's quite a nice 5-minute walk, but I thought, let's go there. At least like there's only going to be dog walkers or something, and I'm not going to hold people up. So we did this, and then Flossie decided that that's not what it said on the map, and we were going the wrong way, and we were going off course. So every step started with a scream. I'm like, it's fine. We go in a shortcut and we're gonna play a game. I don't want to. And then we walked about another 10 minutes, which was fine. We've gone about maybe 50 meters this time now. And then it just suddenly where she just stopped, took a step, and didn't say anything other than mummy. She'd stop again for 2 minutes, another step, mummy. And I can't speak to her. I can't reason her. All she's saying is mummy, and then taking a step. I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? So we finally get to the park after about 340 years. And then she decided that she doesn't want to go on the park. Then she decides that she wants to go home, which is fine. But going home was too far of a walk because she'd already took 3.5 hours to get to the park. So she wasn't going to walk. At which point she was like, well, we need to go the way of this map, and this map says this way. And I was looking at the map, and I swear I was going to throw the map in the bin, but I didn't. So after that, we got in. I took a deep breath. Flossie was upset that she couldn't hold Robin. She was upset that she could hold Robin. She was upset that Robin wasn't in the right seat. She was upset that she couldn't get the right episode of the fucking Blippi. Have you ever watched Blippi?
I hate Blippi.
Fucking Blippi. Oh my God, I hate that guy so much.
He's an knobhead.
So we turned it on at 9 minutes, and that wasn't very good because she hadn't watched the same 9 minutes that she always watches. So we had to rewind it back, and then she lasted about 4.5 minutes before she was like, yeah, no, I'm bored. I want to do something else. So this is where we started doing the dancing, and we thought, well, let's try and learn some dance moves and stuff like that, because she's going to do the cha-cha slide, and that lasted about 5 minutes, and then it got to tea time. And 2 weeks ago, we made homemade pizzas, but we made them using puff pastry, so it's like a pizza pie kind of thing. She loved it. She loved it 2 weeks ago. Today she won't touch it. She was like, no, I'm not eating it. Not eating it. I'm like, oh dear God, what do we do? And Becky was like, just go to bed then. And usually we had thought, okay, she's gonna eat it, and that's actually gonna stop, and she's gonna eat it, which is fine. All kids do that. She fucked off and went to bed, so she's not even had tea. She was just like, all right, sassy little cow. She was like, all right, I'm going to bed.
I would have just gone, your map's just turned upside down. Yeah. That's why we've come the other way. Just turn your map around, please.
I tried that. No, it's not the right map. Look, because Becky, in her ultimate wisdom, has drawn arrows in it. So she's like, look, you have to follow the arrows. I'm like, well, why don't we go look at this bird's nest that we used 2 weeks ago? She said the bird's nest would have gone by now because it was a rubbish nest. I'm like, what can I do? I'm like, I've just spent the past 3.5 hours cleaning fucking mould. You know how hard it is to clean mould off a cat when your house is like a 5-minute walk away and you haven't got any stuff with you?
I think this is my ferreting high.
And you've had about 2 hours sleep, they say, and you've been on the naughty step because the child wouldn't go on the naughty, would leave the naughty step. So at 6 o'clock in the morning, you sat on the second step while she's screaming in your ear, And you're just like, please, all I want you to do is have some toast. I don't want toast. Please. Please. For the love of God, shut the fuck up. My parenting low.
So, how old's Flossie now?
She's 4.5.
Naturally, Robin's not 4.5 yet.
Yeah.
You've got a flash forward now. This is your sports almanac of what's to come.
We've talked about that. Yeah. Yeah. So Robin can do no wrong at the minute. In fairness,
because she can't talk.
Perfect. Well, yeah, she's been really perfect today. But we were talking about this earlier on, and like, Robin cries because she needs something. Florence cries because she wants attention, and that's not because it's Florence. That's just kids that age do that, don't they? Like, yeah. I'm sure Georgia had that stage, didn't she, where she cries because she's not quite getting her own way, or, you know, there's still that learned behaviour where you're crying, where you get something, but she's also learned that she can be manipulative with it as well.
Yeah.
So we are very much having that stage at the minute, and she's very much where she fakes her tears. We know we're going to have this with Robin.
That's the hard part, though. Once they've learned something, unlearning them that behaviour is is a bigger challenge. I find that with Mabel. And I don't want to liken all kids to dogs. I mean, that's a lesser version of likening all kids to terrorists, by the way. They learn the same way. Like, it's positive reinforcement. As soon as you give in once, like Mabel will bark for something when she wants something, and as soon as you do it once and you give in, that's it. They've learned that behaviour. You're like, right, every time I bark, I get what I want. And then really all you've done is you've just trained your dog to just fucking bark at fucking every noise.
Exactly. Exactly. I think the other thing that we've got to factor in as well is that Flossie's case, for example, half her life has been unprecedented kind of restrictions, and no one's ever had to go through that before. And the same with Georgia, a third of her life has been the same. And you try to, as a parent, not necessarily make up for that, but you know, you want to try and give them the best experiences that you can. And for half of Flossie's life, she was literally locked up in her own. And what I'm trying to say is we want to try and make the best of all the little times that we that we have, you know, like make use of our free time, and sometimes that's just really, really difficult, isn't it?
It is. My only advice there, and this is a retrospective benefit of hindsight, force yourself to do stuff, force yourself to get out of the house, because once those times are gone, they're gone. You're never going to have a 4-year-old Flossie again. The times you've got with Robin now, embrace that when she can't talk, because as soon as she can, your life will become a living hell of just estrogen and anger everywhere you look. Like, if it's not going to be Becky, it's going to be Flossie or Robin, so you've got hard times ahead.
Yeah,
just embrace it. Like, literally try and even if you don't want to go out anywhere. I'm not even going to bring the podmin where Beck tells me that I do this as well, and I'm giving advice for things that I don't do. You just like sort of, even if you don't want to go out for a walk or anything like that, go out for a walk with everyone for the sake of them, because you never know. Something that hit me with that a few years ago, and that's why I sort of changed my opinion of it a little bit, and it was with Callum. I saw something that said, like, you never know the last time when your kid will ask you to pick them up.
I was just going to say the exact same thing, because at some point it's going to happen, isn't it?
They'll not ask you to pick them up anymore. I've noticed that very recently with Georgia. She stopped asking me to pick her up as much. When she's going to bed, she still asks me to, which is great, and I love it, and I embrace that now. But I know those days are finite. She's not going to want me to be carrying her up the stairs when she's 10. Just try and just sort of enjoy, soak everything in, because they are only young once. And I know we keep talking about that, but, you know, when you chop it up into those little sections where it's like they're only a baby for so long, 6 months, then they're a toddler for, say, 18 months, 2 years or whatever. Then they're a child for, maybe 6 years, 8 years. Then they're a preteen or whatever, a teenager. Before you know it, they don't need you anymore. They actually don't want to be around you anymore because you're not cool, apparently. I am. I'm the coolest thing since 1980, right? Fuck you.
That's the problem, isn't it? Is that, like, Robin's 13 weeks ago, 13 weeks tomorrow, and that's flown by. You've seen so much changes in her already. And Becky said, oh, like, she just wants it to slow down a little bit because it's happening too fast. But I guess that's just what it's like, isn't it? And before you know it, like...
The older you get as well, the faster time seems to go. And
yeah.
People who are older than us will very much relate to that.
Yeah.
Well, that was somber. One quick thing I wanted to mention. I reviewed the VAR, and I'm not quite sure on the result of last week's outcome that I deserve a forfeit. One, Beck was responsible for half my answers and half my points, and she threw me under the bus on a good couple of those questions. And two, there was a question that we gave you that we retracted that you actually got wrong, so you would have lost a point, which would have put the cat amongst the fucking pigeons.
All right. Okay. Well, on that basis, then I think we got, including the one that you retracted, we would have got 3 wrong.
Yeah, I think we got 5.
Okay.
I'm doing my best to try and worm my way out of it.
I mean, it's a team sport. You can't have Beck. She is your
There's no I in team, but there's an I in I am not doing a forfeit.
There is there is no I in team, but there is a me, and me thinks you are.
And there is an I in forfeit that I don't want to do it. Just bear in mind, mine was actually quite nice and relaxing and therapeutic. So if you want to boot me a spa break as a forfeit, that would be amazing.
I felt like I was having a nipple wax constantly.
I have never had a nipple wax, so... Oh, why have I said that out loud? No. Stop that train of thought. I am not getting waxed.
We will think of something. Like I say, maybe I'll put it out for an Instagram vote. That'd be quite funny, actually. What should we do?
Let's see the savage answers that everyone actually puts out there.
Yeah. My forfeit came from an Instagram vote, right?
It did.
Yeah. So we'll take it back to the public, and I'd be happy to wax your leg. It'll be fine.
Whoever gives the most friendly answer that we choose will get a lovely box of chocolates from myself. Before we sign off for the week, where are you up to with Vikings?
Oh, do you know? I know this was coming up because they've just started another one on Netflix, haven't they?
Yeah.
How good is it? Oh, really?
I'm halfway through the 8th episode. It is, you can tell Netflix have got it, not Amazon. Same writers, same directors, same feel, set 100 years in the future.
Yeah.
There's a lot of references back to the original cast, to either the Boneless and Ragnar and Bjorn Ironside. Obviously, there's no flashbacks. None of the original cast are in it because it's now on a different platform. They've moved from Amazon to Netflix. I just feel that some of the bits have been rushed because they've tried to compress this down into 8 episodes. When it was on Amazon, it was like 2 lots of 10 episodes for each series.
Slug, wasn't it?
Yeah, so they stretched it out far greater, whereas this is all compressed down into 8. It's good, don't get me wrong. I don't know. I'm not, like I said, I'm halfway through the final episode. Obviously, it's gripped me enough to smash it all in over the weekend because it only launched on Friday. But
well, we said that we're going to finish Netflix. It's going to finish Netflix. Going to finish Vikings, and we'll see how we do it. So then we can watch it. So it is still on the agenda. In truth, we got hooked on Inventing Anna. Have you heard about that one?
I've heard of it. Not bothered with it, no.
Do you know what? It was really, really good. It's worth a watch. It's the person that is in Ozark stars in it. Julia Garner, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was really. We watched that and then got glued on that, and then Louis Theroux's bought a new series out as well. I love a Louis Theroux documentary. Like the people that he goes and visits, they are something else.
I find him a bit like Marmite sometimes. Like sometimes he's really good, sometimes the episodes are shit. I don't know, just some of his lines of questioning and the way he proposes it, it's just a little bit not sure about him.
Look, we just like watching it at midnight when we don't want to talk to each other, to be honest with you. We've had enough of talking. We've had enough of reasoning with children, and we just want to watch something to
Distract yourself from
Distract ourselves from the fact that.
replacing washing machines and mouldy car seats.
Update, we've now got the bathroom fixed, so the bath and toilet was not working. You know, we didn't have a working we had a sink. We had a sink in the shower. So now we're just on the oven now. Although I did break something else today in the house. I broke a set of drawers. I'm looking at it now and like there's just a drawer on the floor with the wooden little peg that's just sticking out.
Just looking at you like, you fucked me up.
Looking at me as if it's just put the finger up at me, to be honest with you. And on that note, I'm going to go to bed. Thank you, everyone, for listening to our rant. Parenting isn't rosy, folks, but, you know, I'm sure you've all been there. Thank you very much for listening, and I'm going to go to sleep.
Yeah, hopefully you come back next week for more of the same.
Yeah.
See you again.
See you again.
Bye.